So Ted Cruz picked his vice president yesterday. That's right, in April, which makes no sense, and nobody does, and nobody cares. That's actually not true. There are people in the mainstream media who care, but they shouldn't, and I'll explain why they shouldn't. So he went with Carly Fiorina. Carly Fiorina. Why? Nobody knows. Not a single pundit can tell you, oh, that's a good choice for reasons X, Y, and Z. So Fiorina, of course, got her ass handed to her in this election. And, quote, she has never held public office and badly lost in 2010 to Senator Barbara Boxer in a Senate race after a barrage of negative press due to her role at the helm of tech giant HP, from which she was fired in 2005. During her tenure at the company, HP laid off nearly 30,000 employees and stock prices fell some 42%. Now, I'm not kidding when I say that there were articles written about Carly Fiorina's tenure at HP where she was called one of the worst CEOs in America. This is the person who Ted Cruz looked at and said, that's the one I'm going with. And remember, it's not like, hey, she failed in business, but she did good in a political career. She's never held a public office, and the few times that she ran for office, she got her ass handed to her. Now, on top of that, her approval rating is 25%. Terrible. And she bashed Ted Cruz on the campaign trail and said that he could never beat Hillary Clinton. Again, this pick makes no sense in a variety of different ways. But the media, oh my goodness, you would think that, you know, there was some gigantic news yesterday because they kept talking about it. But most of the coverage left out one very important fact. Ted Cruz is mathematically eliminated from winning the nomination. Like, I think that's kind of important. The dude is mathematically eliminated, and he's like, okay, here's my VP. I want everybody to know that. There was also a story from the Associated Press that came out later in the day where apparently Ted Cruz sent one of his top staffers to fucking Syria to pledge support to the Assad regime when he becomes president. What the fuck are you doing? The dude is acting like he's not just got the party nomination, he's acting like he's already been elected president. What's wrong with you? So, again, that makes no sense, but the media is still pretending like he has a shot. He doesn't. The only way he can win the nomination is to get it at a contested convention against Donald Trump. And as of right now, it's actually more likely that there won't be a contested convention. Donald Trump did such thorough curb stompage the other night in the election that now the more likely scenario is that he does hit the magic delegate number and there's not even the possibility of a contested convention. So this guy is just fucking flailing in the wind. Then there's another story that came out this morning where Carly Fiorina was saying how John Kasich should drop out. Wait, why would you say that? Ted Cruz and John Kasich just made a pact the other day where they said, okay, I'm going to fight for this state, and this state. You fight for that state, and that state. And, you know, we're going to try our best to team up to defeat Trump and make it so he doesn't hit the magic delegate number and we can jack it from him at the convention. They just make that deal, and then Carly Fiorina is being interviewed, and she's like, I think that John Kasich should drop out. This is a campaign that's flailing in the wind. It's flailing in the wind, and it hurts my brain to think about it because it makes sense in so many ways. Now, we're going to reel it back in here, and it's going to start to make a little bit more sense because you're going to hear Carly Fiorina's speech accepting the VP position. Let's listen.
We've been traveling around the country, and I've come to know Ted and Heidi and Caroline and Catherine. I know two girls that I just adore. I'm so happy I can see them more. 'Cause we travel on the bus all day. We get to play. I won't bore you with any more of the song. But they have 4 verses, Caroline and Catherine. Love you, girls.
What the fuck was that? Twitter went in on this. There were some hilarious tweets. Somebody said something like, every plant in my house just died. What happened? Why are you singing? There's no reason to sing. That doesn't even make sense. It wasn't even like, there was they were talking, and then there was a build up to the thing. Oh, I can make a joke and use a song that everybody knows. No, you just sang a random song about Ted Cruz's kids.